to you when I'm done.
Oh, you're such a great mom. Boom, vibes, surprise, we high. I'm just doing that because I'm still getting ready.
Yeah, I know.
You got to do stuff to get you ready. All right, so we here. You know, we had a glitch in the matrix. Some things changed. Some jaws dropped.
Ooh.
Like for real, it was just
somebody was robbed.
Yeah, some robberies happened. It was just like it was like a not real night. Like, what is happening? Am I in the twilight zone? Like, what is happening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we talking about UFC 275. You know, it's the RoundHouse RoundTable. It's me and Monty T. I got B in the building. Beautiful self. We see you. Okay. UFC 275. You know, we're gonna get into it how we do it with the no cap recap. All right, let's get into it. That's
what my glow up in lightning. Hot year, something like lightning. This shit a hit on my psychic. She want me lick, I'm excited. See, I feel that's my business, and that's why I'm business minded. Need a push, get behind it. It's a science, apply it. Worst come to worst, you tried it. Get it bad, get inspired. Shoot your shot, just the effort. I admire. You're hired, ain't looking for friends at this point.
Oh my God,
my circle is smaller than the point. I'd rather sit in voice than hearing the fake on their voice.
We already have business report. All right. UFC 275, no cap recap. Prochaska versus Glover Teixeira. Let's go ahead. Just it was a lot going on. We're gonna start with the undercard prelims with Jocelyn Edwards.
It was the early prelims.
Yeah, early. but it wasn't early for real. I could appreciate the times. Yeah. Jocelyn Edwards versus Romana Pascal. This one was a super close one to me. I think Pascal really was giving Edwards a problem, but Edwards was modifying her game. And I kind of like that. I like that is something that you see people do as they start to develop their game more. At first it was the front kick, and that's when she started grabbing the kick. And then that's when next round, that's when she started going for that oblique kick. And meanwhile, while she making those changes, she's still touching Pascal
every time.
And the reason why she had to put those measures in, though, is because Pascal was touching her. Pascal was getting through, and Pascal was being strong. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She was showing a lot of strength. So that's why I think it was kind of close. But at the same time, it was obvious that Edwards outshined. That was the good part about it.
And then Ramona, whenever she would make contact, it would be something to remember versus Jocelyn. It was just consistency. There was nothing that stood out, but she was constantly making contact with her. And she looked a little bit thicker, which I can appreciate. And the weight looks good on her, and she was able to maintain it. I'm happy she wasn't gassed or anything at the end, because there was question in round 2 if she was tired or not, but she rolled into round 3 like round 2 didn't happen. So I was appreciative of that, because sometimes the weight can slow you down, but not for her, which I'm thankful for. So she got the dub. Unanimous.
Definitely got it done. Speaking of getting it done, round 1, Silviana Gomez, Silviana Goodlaw Gomez. That shit was crazy. Versus Leon. Silviana went in there, looking strong, and it was quick. It was quick, and at the same time, I didn't realize Silviana was that fast. I didn't know she had punching power like that. So it was just a lot of surprises with her, and I think she put the strawweights on notice.
Absolutely. And I always can appreciate when they can come in and get it done and not leave it up to the refs, or even finishing round 1. So I was very thankful for this, but they had to stretch it out until the prelims happened. So there was a lot of commercials that happened in between this. And Silviana also got performance of the night. which she very much earned. And I did notice they gave out, I believe, 5 bonuses instead of the
Oh yeah,
normal 3, which was great. So,
that's what's
yep, and
up.
she was one of them.
That's what's up. Because it was very deserving. Very
Mm-hmm.
deserving. It was a great night. We got
Mr. Perfect and Storm.
what you think about it?
I think this was a good fight. It was a lot of back and forth. And I think to me, this was like kind of difficult because he had his bad and his good moments, but I guess it didn't stand out enough consistently for it to be even a split decision because Mr. Perfect won off of unanimous. But I did enjoy this fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight for sure. It
Mhm.
reminded me of, like the stuff I be talking about when they like always make black fighters go against black fighters and they always have like a similar type of style. And
They
they
did
gotta
that with this one.
they gotta figure out which one is the better one because like these guys, both of these guys was on a run,
Mhm. And
and
they had
still now
similar styles,
very
and they're
similar
both
styles.
Asian. So,
Mhm.
they're trying to cancel it out and find the best one,
Because
which
they
sucks.
yes, because they know that they're gonna work and make sure that they elevate themselves and continue to grow.
Absolutely.
Like constantly, you see like a Korean zombie. You see how he just he's up there in the ranking and just
Mhm.
stays there because of that grind and that adjustments that he made throughout his career.
Absolutely.
But like Kang, Mr. Perfect, one thing I gotta talk about is jab. Like the jab was just there all night. It was there whenever he needed it to be there. That's what won him that fight for
That's
real.
true. Yeah.
And the scrappiness of staying up because
Mhm.
Dana was trying to take him down for sure.
For sure.
he,
Yeah.
he needed him to get down. And still, of one, he tried that one time. The punches looked equal, but at the same time, Mr. Perfect was touching a lot more.
That's true. That jab was constantly getting through.
Yep.
So I agree with that.
And that's what I say about that. Even though it was a great fight, still, they was just swinging for the fences. It was for real. And that's what we expected from him. Next, Brendan Allen versus Jacob Malkoon. This was a good fight.
He was robbed.
This was a good fight for Jacob Malkoon. Like, because
robbed.
everybody knows now, like, you beat Brendan Allen for real. And they gave him that. That unanimous though. That's how you know. Like, if they would have did split decision, then more. I feel like people would be like, no, he still was robbed. Like, there's no way he controlled him so much. I don't know what the judges are doing. Are they not judging the ground control? Are they only judging the damage being done on the ground? Because Jacob Malkoon was doing both.
I don't know, but I totally thought he won this fight, especially with the control time and just Brandon was in defense all the time. Jacob was in offense all the time. Like how did you judge this?
Until the end of the third, it was like the end of the third where he got on top and he started throwing punches.
Yeah.
And that was the only success he had really in that fight. Mm-hmm. Like, it wasn't any type of big moments that Brendan Allen had in that fight.
Yeah.
And the whole time Jacob Malkoon was touching. I was so surprised with Malkoon's stand-up. That's what I like. That's the surprising part. Brendan Allen really couldn't do anything with the stand-up.
Yeah.
And then on the ground as well. So Brendan Allen was in survival mode the whole fight. Yeah. And Jacob Malkoon still lost. I don't get it.
I don't understand how that happened either.
I don't get it. Shout out to Jacob Malkoon. I can't even acknowledge this W for real. I'm sorry. I can't. Like, for somebody, like, even in a jiu-jitsu match, he would have lost. When it comes to like the ground control, not even control time, just positioning. He kept taking his back. He kept getting him flattened out, side control. So it's just, I don't get it. I think it was one of those betting favorites and they ain't know where to call it.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't like when
the judges was on some bullshit for that one.
Yeah, most definitely.
Next, Machate.
He only got one name though. That's pretty cool.
Machate, like McLovin.
That's right.
Steve Garcia, performance of the night. Got it done.
Yeah.
Round 1.
That's right.
What was it, 114?
Yep, 114. Knocked him down twice. Got the job done. You
So
did not want to leave it up to the judges.
Yeah, as the underdog. And shit, and lightweight. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's next. Now this is how you start building a hype train.
That's true.
You know, underdog, get a performance of the night, round one. Yeah, this is how it starts. So shout out to Machete.
Yep, making it quick and easy.
Short and sweet, just like his name.
Yep.
Yep. Sungwoo Choi versus Josh Kulabo. Split decision. I don't know about a split decision.
Well, let's talk about it.
I don't know about a split decision. Okay.
Well, what you think it was?
I think it was more so unanimous decisions.
Ooh, okay.
For Kulabo, because he was really doing more. He was doing more. The only thing Choi was doing was just moving forward. He was moving forward and getting touched a lot. It didn't seem like, and I think it's different because Choi is always that guy that's, you know, in that control position and winning and you know, getting takedowns. He's always that guy. But I think the takedown is the only thing that made it a split decision. And if that's the case, then what the fuck happened with the Brendan Allen fight? It's the weird inconsistencies.
Yeah, you know? And that's they need to be better about the consistency. But also Choi, that was his first time going into a second round and a third round. He's normally a first round finisher. So to see him go in the deep waters like that is, to me, he was on the defense. This was one of those situations where he was on the defense a lot, and Josh did a great job being on offense. So like, am I judging by who's attacking or who's defending? So but keep it consistent at the same time.
See, Choi was swinging, but at the same time, he wasn't landing that often.
Yeah.
That was the thing. And Kulabo was touching, and that was the difference. And when he got that one takedown, it almost like it's split decision now when he really didn't do anything with that takedown.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything really done with that. So, you know, I think he got right back up.
He did, yeah. But the thing that irritated me about Josh is his pants.
Why his pants was all the way down like that?
And apparently that's just how he wears them. I don't know. So, you know, I don't get it, but I
was telling him to pull your pants up the whole time, like, no.
But I don't think you saw no butt crack the entire time. So that's like, how small is your butt crack? Because I know
some people got low butt cracks.
Low butt cracks, and they usually short. I'm guessing that's the case with him, which is why he wears pants the way he does. But he won. Maybe it was a tactic in the fight. You focus so much on his pants that you just keep getting touched up.
Yeah, that would bother me. I'm like, what? Trying to look on the side of you. What is it? Next, round one, got it done. Jack Madalena versus Ramazan Emeev. I really had Emeev winning this one. And
your DraftKings was all messed up.
Just done. And and Madalena came in. I see that he's one of the welterweights that hit hard now. Like, you know, some guys like are just heavy-handed, like Connor. Connor hits hard, you know what I'm saying? Like Dustin Poirier, those guys, like they don't look like they hit hard, but they are good at driving the force through their arm, you know, well, to really get those knockouts and really get those heads to go back. Emeev was definitely about to get him with the wrestling. I think that's the goal. That was the goal.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves. Look how many, he was 50% of 36 for total strikes and 50% of 36 for significant strikes. Meanwhile, you know, Emeev numbers are a lot lower. And I get that. He did try, he actually succeeded with a takedown, but takedown's not gonna always work. Standing up ain't gonna always work. And I feel like it's important to know who you're fighting. Just like, what is his name? Cannonier. You're not gonna be able to take everybody down with your wrestling, you know. And if that's the game plan as a striker, you need a defense for that. You know you don't want to go to the ground and running around the cage. You're not gonna do nothing, bros. But like you have to find an answer to that, because there's plenty of wrestlers who wants to get you to the ground and there's no defense for it. That like you're not doing anything except hopefully you can knock them out before they get you to the ground.
Yeah.
So it goes back to being a well-rounded fighter and not just focusing on one path. You need a couple of them. It's okay to be proficient in this one path, hence striking, but it's important also to know takedown defense, how to get back up, the setup to get up. I think that's extremely important.
And I think this is his second fight in the UFC, and I think he got a KO in his last one too. I think he's one of those guys that like can find the mark. And when they find the mark, I guess that's just what it is. Like once they get it there.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jack Maddalena getting a W, getting it done early. Wonder who you're gonna be fighting next. Hopefully they give you somebody a little bit closer to your competition level. I think Ameev was his competition level for sure, but no, I thought that before the fight. But Ameev's boxing didn't conceal well enough to get another takedown. Like his boxing was able to be read by the time his next takedown attempt. Shout out to Maddalena again, because that wrestling ain't easy, because he did get that first takedown.
He did.
So next, Andre Fiallo versus Jake Matthews. Got Andre Fiallo out the way. And one thing about Jake Matthews that I learned, that motherfucker is fast.
Yeah, we did learn
those
that.
hands are fast as fuck, fast AF.
That was definitely true. And that was something you kept saying. You was like, I didn't know he was that fast.
Fiallo is known for his good boxing and good stand-up. And to see his speed level and Jake Matthews' speed level at the same time, it just didn't make sense. It's like Andre Fiallo wasn't moving his hands. It's almost like he was moving at like 2 speeds slower than him.
But you know what I also think it is for Andre? It's like he is not allowing his body to recoup the way he should. That's important. You can't just consistently fight every 6 weeks and your body's not going to have time to heal. So I think if he would have had the proper rest, I think he would have been good for this fight, but also it would have still been a challenge, because like you said, Jake Matthews he's fast, but I think it would have been better if he had more rest prior to this. That's just me, just prior to this fight.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Like he's trying to hurry up and get in because he's winning, but you still need to take that proper downtime. And maybe this will be a wake-up call for him, but I know he's trying to be active this year because of the past couple of years not being able to fight as much as you would like to. So you can either do quality or quantity.
Yeah, where Fiallo messed up was being in his pride so much where, he talks about he just wants to stand up and fight, stand up and bang, because that extra time while you're recouping, you're going to be thinking, you like, I should work on some motherfucking wrestling. I should work on some takedowns, and it showed, because when he was getting touched up against the cage versus Matthews, it's almost like takedown wasn't even in the game plan, in the thought process.
Yeah.
So it's just like you can go down like that, but I don't know, that might make your fight a little bit further away. Your next fight a little bit further away.
Yeah.
Instead of just actually taking that time and then coming through and being able to, put in quality work.
That's true. And then Jake Matthews' back tattoo was fucking fire. That shit, well, to be a lower back tattoo, that shit was fucking fire.
I think he has like a bright future in the UFC, especially like doing that to Andre Fiallo.
Absolutely.
I think with a little bit of ground training, and because you could tell somebody is either not worried about a takedown, or they're not used to going against wrestlers or anything of that nature when they're fighting and their hips are so close in. And it's almost like every time Matthews would throw a punch, he would lean back and hold his hips out. And that's the only thing with his boxing that I noticed, that he always like kind of leans back a lot. Like, and not like Bobby Green lean back, how he's kind of like slipping punches and stuff, but it's just more so like he don't like his face getting touched.
And that's completely fair. Maybe it's not as strong. That's probably why. But if you can get it off the target line, why not?
And he got the reach to do it. So that's
but people are gonna be watching for that. So like the person who's gonna study you and who's out to get you and beat you, they're gonna notice that and they're gonna capitalize on it. So it's always important to tweak your game as much as you can.
Absolutely. Exactly. Tweak your game. Speaking of tweaking the game, tweaking their game.
Man, she looked
making
great.
some changes. Oh yeah, shout out to Jake Matthews on getting that W. That's a big W too. That's a big W. Andre Fiallo was on fire too.
And he got performance for it.
Exactly. In the speed. God damn.
He deserved it.
Would you be shadow boxing underwater or something? Like something. I don't know. But Zhang Weili getting it done early versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I don't like how y'all doing it in the media. Y'all saying Zhang Weili putting Joanna into retirement. That's fucked up.
No, but it's true though. Because we not about to sit here and do that. Joanna thought it was gonna be all sweet and be close like it was the last time. She really thought don't do that. Don't go in it with that mindset. You got to forget about that, because let me tell you, Zhang showed up and showed out. She looks phenomenal.
Yes.
Like her physique, even her shots, her wrestling, everything looked great. She is hungry. She's trying to get her belt back, and I am here for it.
And that spinning back fist was disgusting.
It was disgusting. She didn't even expect it. So it's just
my God.
Even before that, she was beating the shit out of her. Yeah. She was beating.
It was not fair. It was not fair.
They looked like here and here. Just, it was complete difference. And I can always appreciate that. She took that L seriously, her last 2 L's seriously, got back in the gym, went to training properly. She tightened up her game and she came back looking great. And I can always appreciate a fighter who does that, because she definitely wants her belt back.
She did her thing for sure.
She did her thing.
Made tweaks to her game, working with Henry Cejudo, and which is a smart thing to do. It's just like, I don't understand those people that don't like seek out the people, who got to those spots and are champions in those realms. Like, I don't understand that. So it's like she went and sought that out, and now it's shining in her, in her fights. Zhang Weili is about to, like, she wants somebody next. She might want a title shot next or something, because that's a big W too.
Yeah,
that's a big W. And at the same time, like, I knew that was going down. Joanna Jędrzejczyk was they hyped her up. That's what they be doing. You can only hype people up to the certain point. You know what I'm saying? You can only hype them up to the certain point, and then they going to just start getting starched by the dogs that's coming up too. And then they're going to do what Joanna did. She took a whole motherfucking year off. Like, took a year off, and it's like during that time, Zhang Weili, she in the trenches.
Very much.
She is very much fighting Rose for that loss against Rose, and then that second fight against Rose, like when Rose just kind of like stalled her out, like that. But karma worked. She got the aggression she needed to make contact with Rose this time. So I am very excited, and it didn't matter who she fight, the champion or Rose. Either way, I think she's gonna walk away with the belt again. That's my predictions. But I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna just walk away with it with Esparza though. Esparza look like if it's contact coming with it, then she can go with the contact. Like, but Rose wasn't giving her no contact. She was literally walking her down the whole fight. Yep, I said what I said. Take. Yep. Next, she got a performance of the night. By the way, we're not gonna skip past that. Great job. You look phenomenal. Santos was robbed. Valentina Shevchenko versus Talia Santos. And yes, she was robbed. But you kept saying during the fight, I'd never seen Valentina work from her back that much. I'd never seen Valentina have to work this hard. Yep. Valentina was on the defense most of the time. How did they come up with this split decision and not be in the favor of Santos is beyond me. It didn't make any sense. And she even looked surprised when they said, and still champion. Like, come on, girl,
But Santos said it best. She young, and this not the last y'all gonna see of her. She did a phenomenal job.
The thing that makes us think that she was robbed is that like they're counting everything as total strikes. So they said Valentina Shevchenko got 234 total strikes. That's a lot of motherfucking strikes. And Santos has 128. But they're counting total strikes as that pity pat, that little touch, tap the leg, just like you were saying, being consistent. And at the same time, it's just like she got the same amount of takedowns as her. She literally played the champion role and found out how they were judging, took note of how they were judging, and took advantage of that.
Man, it's just
And Santos went out there and fought, controlled most of the fight, controlled her most of the fight.
Yeah.
And that's
and you can hear the commentators at the end. Oh, she did it. She didn't complain about the law. Everybody knows she was supposed to get it, and it's so discouraging when things like this happen. You done left it on the mat, and it don't go your way, but everybody else knows like you won that fight. And I think that is just very discouraging, and it could put you like in a doubtful mood, and just it could put you in not a very good place, which is why it is important to hire a mental coach. But
mental coaches are important.
She'll bounce back, but in the future I don't see her leaving it up to the judges because of situations like this. So and that's why it's important to just like, you gotta go in, be smart about it, but you also need to not leave it up to the judges.
Calculated risk,
absolutely. But I don't know.
Yep. Shout out to Santos and shout out to Shevchenko. Santos, we know what it is. We know what it is. And Shevchenko, we know what it is. So shout out to the champ, to whoever you are. Next,
man,
we know who the champ is for this one. Glover Teixeira versus Jiri Prochazka. This was like a tundra of feelings, of emotions. Jiri Prochazka really has hands like that and was touching Glover all over his face. He was touching him until Glover did what he does and took him down and really started to control the fight then. And he ended up doing that through almost every round, to where he was about to keep his belt.
Yep. Until that submission happened.
Until it was the most awkward fucking submission. What the fuck?
He was tired. That tiredness, man, that fatigue is a mug, because he just got distracted. Next thing you know, there was a hand around his throat, and he was exhausted.
From like side top turtle type shit. It was super weird. It wasn't even like hooks in. It was just like, and you know what I was thinking about? I was like, Yuri's arms are so fucking long.
I was just about to say that. Look how long them arms are. I'm sure
he can do that. That is crazy.
And I'm like, everybody can't do that, but he can do that because his arms are long enough. And I think he definitely deserved that belt. He worked so hard, and just like, that was the only way for him to win, was with a submission, because it was not going to go his way any other way.
Glover Teixeira has not ever been submitted in his UFC career.
That's fucking crazy. He just did, though, for the belt.
That is wild. And at the last minute.
Yep. And he said he ain't done no, so.
But at the same time, you think I don't want to see no motherfucking rematch? You think I don't want to see no rematch? Even though I know how it can go, I want to see a rematch. I want to see a rematch. And I think Glover is all for a rematch.
Yeah, but he got to go hit up
Jan Blachowicz. But I think he's going to get a rematch, a straight up rematch, because Glover almost won that fight. And then Jiri submitted him at the end. With the Jan fight, the Jan fight, like, that was clear cut. You know what I'm saying? What was that, first or second round?
Yeah.
That he got him out the way. Got that shit fast. That was undeniable. So
that's fair.
Jiri, I want to see, but I just like seeing Jiri fight now. Like, I like seeing how he really just switches stances and opens up a whole new world of places to touch your face. like what the hell? And it's so his stance is so awkward, you know. And Yuri is weird. It seemed like he always had like a air or mentality about him that like he already was the champ, you know, and like he was ready to be in that role.
Hey, he was. Hey, look at his path to get here.
Yep.
So, you
all
know,
them fights,
undeniable. Some things are just undeniable.
Yep. He worked his way all the way to get here. Shout out to the champ, Yuri Prohaska, got it done. So that was the No Cap recap. UFC 275. How you feeling, B?
You know, I'm excited about the Adesanya fight. So
I'm looking forward to that.
That's the next thing that I'm looking forward to. I did appreciate this card. The knockouts when they happen, that's always exciting. That makes things a lot much more interesting versus going all 3 rounds. It gets kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. But that main card, that fight, it was just so much emotion. It was going back and forth. You asked me like in the second round, who you think got this? I'm like, I don't know, because it just keeps swapping and it's just, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win that one. So it's always good to have a fight like that, especially like when it's entertaining the entire time versus just you're stalling. So, and I don't think we got that in that fight because both of them were hungry.
Facts. So real quick, next week, you know, we got the UFC fight night. Few faces that we know that's going to be on there. You know, Kyle Dawkins, Phil Hawes, Cody Stamann, Adrian Yanez with the hands. Buckley's fighting on this one. This is a big. This
Kevin
is a big
Holland.
Card. Kevin Holland's on this. Donald Cerrone. Why the fuck? What the fuck? Why is Donald Cerrone still fighting? Why he's still fighting? See, y'all just be doing shit. And he the co-main event, y'all tripping. I shouldn't even have looked at this. Damn. You see that's that.
Didn't this fight get moved?
It was a Dana White privilege. Yeah, it got moved back.
Yeah. I remember Cowboy Cerrone, they kept talking about him even though he wasn't there.
I think, he said he caught a cold or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was something that happened. Yeah, that was No Cap recap. That's for next week. Make sure y'all tune in with us on all streaming platforms, all of them. Even on your TV, check on your TV, see if it's on there too. YouTube, that's where you're gonna find it if you check on your TV. But it gotta be a smart TV though. If you got a dumb TV, then it ain't gonna work.
Oh wow.
What? What? You know the 3 prongs in the
wow. My prongs in the front.
All streaming platforms. You got me all distracted off all streaming platforms thinking about that show. On all streaming platforms, and look out for Real One Infinity merch. Look out for and tune into ArmaniT.net. Check out the website. Cop something, cop a few things, get a sticker with it. Yeah. That's all we got to say. You got anything to say, B?
Hey, we out this there. What?
That's the RoundHouse RoundTable. Hey, and we out here. Like B said, we out that bit.
I use the heat as a sword, cause keep the peace is important. They go keys for you. Say please. That's 1, please. Don't need. No 1, that's 2, please. Don't leave. That's 3, 4. If you do.